child from foster care, just being there makes all the difference.
Welcome back to Kids in the Kitchen. Today we are focusing on Mother's Day. Prior to the break, we made bread pudding, and we have a new co-host with us today. We have Drew, and we told Drew that we were going to teach him how to make another meal for his mother. And so right now we're going to start working on chicken parmesan. So why don't we go ahead and get started. Now, with our chicken parmesan, what we decided to do was to make the chicken breast. We're using boneless chicken a little bit thinner. So we're using a meat tenderizer or a meat mallet, and we're pounding that chicken. So we're going to have Drew demonstrate for us how to do that now, with the help of his lovely assistants, myself and Sheila. And we were working on this on the break, so Drew really knows what he's doing. He knows he needs to make it about this thin. So what we keep telling Drew is put a little bit more muscle in it. Beat down the chicken. There you go. Okay, why don't we stop? And we're going to take a look, remember? Two sheets. So that looks pretty good, right? Why don't we go ahead and turn that over. Thanks, Sheila. Okay, so why don't we focus on making this part thinner, okay? Looking good. Okay. Do you mind if I finish that up for you real quick, Drew? Okay. Meat tenderizing is a great thing to do. You're a little bit upset. That there. Okay, so what we have is about a pound and almost a quarter of chicken breast. And we're going to do a classic breading of the chicken breast, meaning we're going to take the chicken breast, dip them in flour, egg wash, which is simply just eggs. Sometimes you can have egg and milk, or even egg and water, and then seasoned breadcrumbs. We'll then put them on that tray, move to the stove, and saute our chicken breast for our chicken parmesan. Now, as I show, it's very simple. First, you start with the flour, shake it off. Then your egg. Don't be afraid to get your fingers a little bit dirty, that's okay. And then the breadcrumbs. Now, we did not marinate the chicken prior to, but if you would like, you could marinate your chicken in a little bit of olive oil with maybe garlic or salt and pepper. But we're keeping it fairly simple since this is a family meal, and we're allowing our breadcrumbs to give the seasoning to our chicken. These are Italian seasoned breadcrumbs. Thank you for the store prepackaged breadcrumbs that have been seasoned. And so what we'll be doing is starting our chicken on the oven and then finishing our chicken in the oven. Starting our chicken in a saute pan, browning it, putting in the oven with some sauce and mozzarella cheese on top. So Sheila and Drew are going to start working on some chicken. And while they're doing that, I'm going to get our saute pans ready. Sound good? Okay.
All right. Well, Drew, why don't you go ahead and follow Micah's lead. You put it in the flour. Good job. Flip it over. Good. And then you can go ahead and dip it in the egg. Excellent. And then put it in the breadcrumbs. Okay. Very good. Now, the thing that's so great about, and then you go ahead and put it on your pan, and we're going to do the same thing all over again, okay? Now, like Micah said, first of all, go ahead. You can't be shy, can't be afraid to get your hands messy. This is messy work, breading and getting your chicken ready to get fried, but it's going to make it taste excellent. As Micah said earlier, tenderizing is an important component to this dish. It helps just make the meat breaks down some of the tissue in the meat. It just makes it more tender in general, makes it more tasty. Also helps the seasonings penetrate. So the tenderizing plus the breadcrumb mixture is going to make it taste great. Okay, Drew, flip it over one more time because it's a little bit wet. And I'm going to shake your breadcrumbs. Okay, pick it up for a second. Shake your breadcrumbs a little bit towards the middle of the plate. All right, go ahead. There you go. Good job. Okay, stick it on the pan. Good job. Okay, let's do two more, and then you're gonna join Micah at the stove.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I think I'll go ahead and do these for you. Why don't you rinse your hands off,
Right.
and then you can help Maika cook.
Okay, so what I've been doing is I have a straight saucepan, straight-sided saute pan, straight-sided saute pan, and then a slanted saute pan that I've been preparing. I've gotten them hot. They have olive oil in them. So at the same time, we'll be sauteing the chicken and also working on our sauce. So Drew and I are going to do a lot of things in cooking here. One of the things I said is that he would be watching the chicken and make sure it gets to be golden brown. So the chicken's going to cook about maybe no more than a minute and a half on each side. Excuse me, Drew. And while we're watching that, we're going to start putting this in. We have one onion that I've cut up. I'm going to be using about a half of that onion, red onion. And then Drew, you want to put in the garlic that we have right there? There we go. Looking good. Just dump all that in. Excellent. You could use a jar sauce if you wanted, but I have a thing, when pour this in for us, well wait a minute, let's wait. I have a thing for making an actual sauce. So as you see, we have 4 burners right now going. We are sauteing our chicken, and we're having the spaghetti sauce starting. And then the last thing we'll do is saute our asparagus. Our water for our pasta is already ready. So we're really looking good. So Drew, why don't you take the tongue and see what the chicken looks like. You want it to be golden brown, remember. Okay, remember the tongs are like your fingers. There you go. Excellent. So can you turn each piece over for us? Looking good. Do you want me to, real quick, just make that flat? Okay, next one. Now the goal is not to cook the chicken completely on top of the oven, but the goal is to start it on top of the oven. Now we're going to add our tomatoes. Here's the other one. Looks good. Okay. Drew, do you think you can stir that for us? Looking good. Now we have a number of different seasonings. Drew, do you remember what seasonings we have in here? Oregano? What else? Right. Do you know what the third one is? Rosemary? Right. Okay, so the chicken's looking pretty good. And we're going to add a little salt. This is kosher salt. Nice thing about spaghetti sauce is you can kind of add some flavors the way you want it. There you go. How do you think that chicken's looking, Drew? Good? Okay. Do you think we should check it to see if it's ready? Okay. What color does it need to be on the bottom? Golden brown? Let's see. Is that golden brown? Okay. Sheila, can you do me a favor, get the pan for us? Now remember again, we're not cooking the chicken all the way. We're just trying to get the chicken golden. Thank you. And that pan on top. And here we go. I'm spraying the pan with a little bit of pan. You're doing good, Drew. Okay, so I'm going to change spoons up with you, right? We're going to leave that one there. And we're going to take this one. Or not. Here we go. Okay, so this is your spoon. Right? Now, what I'm going to do, wait for me. I'm putting the chicken in the pan. And then what I want you to do is put a spoon of sauce slowly on top of each piece, okay? Now, Drew and I did not practice this. There we go. There you go. Good. Okay. Nice. So, Drew and I are going to continue putting the sauce on the chicken. We're going to then top this chicken with some mozzarella. Looking good, Drew. Do I need to bring this down lower so you can see it? We'll be topping it with mozzarella cheese, putting in the oven at 350 for about 12 minutes, and it'll be oh so tasty when we come back. There'll be a little bit more of Kids in the Kitchen where we'll be finishing up and showing you how to plate your food.